Wonderful people. I created this YouTube channel because TikTok is trying to take down my account. So in order for me not to lose you guys, I have to create a channel. So I've also created a page on Facebook with already 15,000 followers. We already have 15,000 followers, which is very, very impressive. Within the space of 2 weeks, we already have 15,000 followers on Facebook. But on YouTube here, it's just only 1K people here. So I'll urge all of you, follow me on YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel, right? I'll be creating a lot of videos on YouTube here. I'll be talking a lot about geopolitics, African politics, and also how the Western America are colonizing Africa. We have to create awareness. China is not your enemy. Russia is not your enemy. Your biggest enemy in Africa here is the West and America, and we have to create awareness, right? The West and America are the main reason why we have bad leadership in Africa. I know every country out there, I know every African country out there is complaining about bad leadership in Africa. But what we all forget about is all the leaders you see them in Africa here, most of them, 90% of them, are serving their colonial masters, their colonial conspirators. We need to create awareness. Look at somebody like Museveni. Look at somebody, this guy in, what's the name? Cameroon. All these guys are serving colonial masters. France is an enemy of Africa. In order for Africa to go forward, we have to kick out all the West from Africa. We need to kick out the Western America from Africa. We don't need the West. We don't need military bases in Africa. Why is it that America is building military bases across Africa? Why? We have American military bases across Africa. We need to create awareness, right? So the main enemy of Africa is not China, it's not Russia. Your main enemy is the West and America. Have you seen the Russians building any military base in Africa here? Have you seen, Chinese building military bases across Africa? No. Who are building military bases across Africa? It's the Western America, especially the America. It's NATO. That is your biggest enemy. So they build military bases across Africa here in order to make it easy to invade any African leader. They didn't carry weapons from America to kill Gaddafi. No, because they have military base in Africa here. All the weapons they use them to kill our leaders are just on the continent. It's very easy for them to kill us because they already have military base here. So it's easy for them to kill us. We need to create awareness. We don't need the Americans' military bases across Africa here. Kick the Western America out. Just like Burkina Faso is doing, just like Mali is doing. I'm proud of these people. We don't need a Western America. They are evil. They will continue to kill us. Any good leader Africa gets, they kill him. People talk about China. I see some people always like, if China is able to do it, Africa will be able to do it. Look, China is not a continent. China is a country. The Chinese need just one good leader and everything is done. In Africa, yeah, we need about 54 leaders. How can we move forward with 50-something leaders? No. It's impossible to get 50-something leaders who are all willing to make the continent a better place for us. So we need to unite. Just like Kwame Nkrumah said in 1958, they are telling you that this country is better than this, that country is better than that. But what they do not tell you is to unite. Is to unite. We can only be like the Chinese if Africa unite. We can only become powerful like the Russians militarily if Africa unite. We cannot compare ourselves to the Chinese and the Russians when we are still divided. They call it divide and conquer. There was no borders in Africa here. Back in the days, nobody needed passport or visa to travel to another African country. No. All you needed was to just wake up and go to any African country that you wanted. But today, you need visa, you need passport. All this bullshit, we must get rid of it in Africa here. We don't need borders. We don't need borders. We are one people. And that is what we should consider. Just like United States did. United States was divided like Africa, but they came together and called it United States of America. Today, they are telling us not to unite. If unity has no purpose, if unity is not important, the Americans wouldn't have united. They unite. Look at the EU. They spend one currency. The Europeans, West, they have one currency. They have common aim and goals. They come here, steal our resources to feed their industries. We have to create awareness. Our biggest enemy is the Western America. Let us kick them out of the continent and trade with different people. They are wicked. They've led this continent for over 200 years. What exactly have they given us? All they give us is to kill our leaders and impose or bring in puppet leaders. You cannot kick out these leaders from office. Some of the leaders, you can't kick them out. Why? Because the Western America supply them with weapons to kill you, just like what we are seeing in Cameroon, right? We need to create awareness. You see, when you talk about Russia, people don't understand. We are very grateful to Russia for fighting for us, for standing beside us. It's very, very important. They fought for our independence, ideological battle. We love them and we will continue to respect them. They are back on the continent fighting new colonialism, and we really appreciate that. Don't forget, kicking out France from Burkina Faso wouldn't be possible if not for the Russians. The Russians have no interest in colonizing you, my man. Back in the days, they fought for our independence. They took that and they are here to fight their enemies as well. So they don't care about your resource. Russia is a commodity producing nation. They have their own resource. They have oil. They have a lot of things in their own country. So they are not here to colonize you, my brother. Don't be worried about Russia. Who we should be worried about is the Americans and the Europeans. Chinese are not your enemies. Chinese are building infrastructure on the continent. See, if you see any African country that is colonized by China, it's not the fault of the Chinese. It's the fault of the country. It's simple. Unlike Americans come here to take everything by force. The Chinese work diplomatically. If we get good leaders to lead Africa, we are going to benefit a lot from the Chinese. We have useless leaders. That is the main reason why Africa is suffering. And why we have useless leaders is because of the Western America. So if you are able to kick out the Western America, everything will be okay in Africa. We will get good leaders, trust me. We will kick out all the bad leaders, all these wicked leaders. We will kick them out. They will go with their colonial masters, their colonial conspirators, my brother, my sister. So guys, this is the main purpose of this page about geopolitics. Guys, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you.